Hello and welcome to a Star Citizen June 2022 and BoredGamer channel update. What's happening this month in terms of releases, news, things to look forward to, content plans, and all of that jazz. We have, to start with, 3 May giveaway winners to go through. So we give away a ship every month, and there was 3 ships and ship packages given away this time with lifetime insurance. So each of these people have won a different ship. Frost the Fish has won a Origin 100i, MSR Games has won a Nomad, and Bob S has won an Avenger Titan. They all come with Star Citizen game packages, so bam, that's all you need to play. Congratulations to all of you. The giveaway for June is for a RSI Scorpius Heavy Fighter, along with a Star Citizen game package and lifetime insurance. This ship is basically a X-Wing, but it's a powerful combat ship that has a remote, unique turret configuration that allows it to move from the top of the ship to the bottom of the ship and the rear and sort of point and shoot at ships that are following it based on whatever the needs of the gunner are. To be in for a chance of winning that, all you need to do is comment on any of my videos during the month of June. More details in the description below. We have a major release coming up later in June, Star Citizen Alpha 3.17.2. This patch is replacing the Q2 major patch. So instead of like 3.18 at the end of the month, we're actually getting 3.17.2. This is basically pushing Alpha 3.18 to the end of September. So there are many reasons for this, but the greatest of these is that Alpha 3.18 needs a huge amount of testing in the EVA CARTI and PTU phases, as it contains massive new features with salvage, the cargo refactor, and full persistence. And it's that full persistence tech which is a major part of getting server meshing functional in-game, at least a little bit later. But yeah, full persistence, that's going to cause a huge amount of issues. It's basically, this tech allows you to have objects, locations saved, and then players can come back later and get them in a different play session. So you can drop a Pico somewhere or a weapon somewhere, and as long as no one else takes that or something else doesn't move it in any way, that should still be there the next time you come back. Now, there's going to be a load of bugs with this, and Cloud Imperium are probably going to go, well, there needs to be a sensible cleanup mechanic, and how does this stuff follow you properly? We know they need to sort of implement sharding and some of this other stuff as well. How are they going to track all of this sensibly? This could change how we log on and log off. We're expecting basically Alpha 3.18 to begin testing in July sometime in some form, and then to hopefully be ready by the end of September. But during June, we're expecting the tests for 3.17.2 and potentially a live release for that patch by the end of the month. So this patch contains a reasonable amount of features. You've got the Reclaimer, Derelicts, and Wrecks being added to exploration and mission sort of pools for points of interest that you can visit and find and explore. There's planetary nav mesh updates that allow NPCs to move around obstacles and pathfind more sensibly, chase, patrol. And in this case, this is all sort of done around the Reclaimer Derelicts. It will be rolled out over whole planets eventually as well. We are getting more space stations, filling out the areas in space and Lagrange points where we were lacking them previously, so around Microtech and ArcCorp in this case. They are adding the illegal variants of delivery missions, and more excitingly, and most excitingly for me in this patch, a new dynamic event with the Siege of Orison. So this is a major assault of floating platforms around Crusader, battling against the Ninetales. It's focused primarily on PvE, I believe, and FPS combat, securing objectives and taking out bad guys while pushing to the next platform to liberate them and eventually take out the big boss. It's something you'll want to do in a group, but others can join in and help you. During the siege, it's basically like Xenothreat, but on the ground, and it is an open sort of dynamic event that anyone can jump in and help with. You can probably expect things like this to be connected to the Ninetales lockdown, eventually maybe triggering each other. So the Ninetales lockdown will probably affect this and vice versa, things like that, but that might be coming a bit later. The patch may contain some other bits and pieces, new vehicles, ships, additional missions, balance, bug fixes, and some minor features too. But very excited for 3.17.2. It is major patch light, and as it's part of the 3.17 branch, it should be, once deployed, pretty stable and pretty sort of refined, because they haven't got a huge amount of new features there that they then need to sort of re-bug fix or whatever. So, and we should have the game in a pretty good state. So what else can you expect during the month? Alien Week. At Fleet Week, there aren't any alien-focused ships, as none of them are really used by the UE Navy. But mid-June, around the 11th or 12th typically, there is Alien Week. This sort of starts by celebrating first contact with the Banu, but then also all things alien. So you can expect alien ships on sale on the RSI website, like the Banu Merchantman, but also lots of other offerings from the Tavaran, with like the Prowler dropship and the Talon fighters. The Xi'an will have the Katu Al and the Santok Yai and that Raylan cargo ship. Potentially some Vandal ships will be there, and much, much more. You can expect some competitions, from screenshots to cooking competitions, but typically this doesn't have additionally sort of anything in the game. It's all sales on the RSI website. Sometimes you'll see a new concept ship or something straight to flyable. I'd love it if we got an update on the Banu Merchantman's development. That, for me, would just be awesome. What else? So, we've got the monthly reports for Squadron 42 and the Persistent Universe coming out really soon. They'll be covering loads of stuff that they're currently working on in development, what the sort of focus is now, as well as what they've just done, but we'll be covering those in detail. This should give us some deeper information on a selection of things from 3.17.2 to 3.18 to the road to Pyro. As we know that Cloud Imperium potentially want an early server meshing and Pyro prototype out for testing by the end of the year. It would just be nice to hear more on that and exactly what the plans are, because I was a little bit confused exactly what's happening at the very end of the year, whether we're getting a 3.19 or a 4.0 prototype. It was a sort of bit confusing to my brain, but I would like to see what Cloud Imperium say more, because numbers aren't important. What's important are the features that they're planning to drop at the sort of different times. We will have our weekly Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Lives, which we will do a summary of as and when we get them. I want to do a detailed look at the RSI Scorpius, but also the Drake Mule, that new cargo vehicle, and the Legionnaire, the recently on concept sort of new small docking ring hacking assault dropship. I really like the Legionnaire. I do think it's sort of like, because it's so cheap, $100 it was available from, it actually is a lot more viable and potentially usable and user-friendly than a lot of other ships that people may have previously wanted. We will do a breakdown of Fleet Week as well and its metrics, so talking about exactly how much money it made, how it's affected player counts, how was it successful or unsuccessful, whatever, its record-breaking funding, how the marketing, studio expansion and development is all smashing together. I think there's a load of stuff to talk about with that. And we'll be covering the sort of expansion of Cloud Imperium as we know more and more, because they're getting ready for their studios to open in, well, finishing off building them and then opening them in Manchester and Frankfurt. For a while, I've also wanted to do an updated series on ships and roles in Star Citizen. So I think June's probably the time to start doing this more readily. So we'd look at a ship or set of ships and talk about what they do in their game and where their final gameplay is planned to end up. This would cover things like the end goal of salvage or base building and how we get there. Based on the ships and mechanics we're talking about, this would be reasonably in-depth and be a mixture of what's available now, what Cloud Imperium have historically said, what they've recently said, and where this is potentially going to lead. What I'm still trying to work out is whether I should do this series based on jobs and roles. So, like, should it focus on salvage? Should it focus on medical gameplay? Or should it focus on the ships and how the ships then the full extent of the role within their area of influence? So, yeah, is it a sort of mechanic and role focused thing, or is it a ship focused thing, or should I do two different series? Please feel free to give me your preference or ideas. I'm sort of going to mess around and write some very rough scripts around multiple ideas and then just choose one. I think the Siege of Orison will allow me and Zin to do what we've long awaited for: medical rescue gameplay. We've long sought that, helping heal and evac people. That might be a ruddy good laugh. I will be planning a Bar Citizen still at some point. I was planning to do one in June, but it's been delayed due to the venues that I wanted in Manchester being flaky or cancelling or being super overbooked. I'm going to be attending Bar Citizens in the UK wherever possible over the next year as well, and we'll see if we can get to any of the new ones that Cloud Imperium are about to announce. I've had some issues with anxiety recently, which has sort of knocked me down, but I'm feeling much better now. You get your little mental health update from me every month. I've put on a little bit of weight too, but I think I've curbed that now, and I've starting to run again properly for about an hour a day, which has helped. But I mean, I'm ravenous for food. Hum nom nom. I do like I do like eating and cooking. Me and Zin are playing a load of Lost Ark in our spare time too. Really enjoying that. We're also playing through the last part of the Green Hell expansion, so probably be done with that in a couple of days. My Steam Deck has just turned up too. I'll be messing with that over the Jubilee weekend, which Zin has off. Bank holidays, double bank holiday. Maybe I'll try to get my Steam Deck working with Star Citizen, and that might be a good laugh as well. See how viable that is. The channel is actually growing pretty well still during what I would have previously deemed as slow or quiet times. We are just about to move into the second half of 2022, and the second half of the year, that means CitizenCon, the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, IAE, the big ship sales. We've got obviously Alpha 3.18 and potentially that Pyro server meshing prototype after. It's going to be fun to see what Cloud Imperium can put out and will put out, and you'll see all of that summarized and analyzed here on this channel. And I'm going to constantly poke CIG to try and get Chris Roberts to do more letters from the chairman, because the one he did recently was amazing, but we hadn't had one for so long. But I'd like to see one. I mean, once a quarter would be fantastic. Once every 6 months would be fine still. I do want to thank all of my Patreons and channel members, and encourage those that haven't become channel members to use that join button. It really does help. Me and Zin love being able to cover Star Citizen content for our jobs. And that's down to all of you liking and subscribing and commenting and giving us ideas and helping out. We've got mods, you're amazing mods, kisses to you. I do want sort of people that are channel members and Patreons to start influencing the channel more. So drop us a message, drop us an email, tell us what you want to see, sort of content-wise, what you like, what you don't like, or anything like that. Or, oh, check out this org, or I'd really like it if you did this again. Do you want to see me and Zin actually do more gameplay on the channel with a goal, or just messing around, or do you want it more sort of news and mechanic focused? It's important. Give us feedback. It helps. Now, I know what you really want to see, though. You want to see the new NordVPN ad. And okay, you've twisted my arm. We have a message from the Queen.
Hello, it's me, the Queen. It's my Platinum Jubilee this year, and safety and security are paramount. Lots of people ask me why we need a Queen and NordVPN. I defend the world with my sceptre and crown, preventing those who do it harm from carrying out their evil deeds. Channeling the power of nordvpn.com/BoredGamer and my divine right, I can overcome any obstacle, and so can you, by using the links below to get great deals and better internet accessibility, security, and encryption acidity. I don't know what that word was that I was trying to say, but I am the Queen! I will never be defeated, just like nordvpn.com/BoredGamer.
That wasn't the Queen at all. It was me. It was BoredGamer. I've got to say this at the end, actually, now, just in case someone says I'm impersonating the Queen. Tried to get her, but she was too busy. She says got like a busy weekend or something.
Every month we have a ship giveaway. For June, we're giving away the newly released RSI Scorpius Heavy Fighter. This is a 2-seater X-Wing styled ship with a powerful loadout and a turret that can move from the top to the bottom of the ship, giving it a much better range of firing arcs. To be in for a chance of winning that, comment on any of my videos made during this month. More details in the description below. Please also consider supporting the channel by becoming a member with the join button under my videos, or becoming a Patreon, or even donating with a thanks button or donations in the descriptions below. Star Citizen is getting more and more flesh on its bones, and there's always news coming out, and we love to cover that, and we're only able to do that because of all of you watching and all the amazing people that go the extra mile. Whether it's commenting, sharing our videos, chucking money at us or whatever, thank you so much. I hope you have a great June, please take care, and I'll see you in the verse.